Today we are doing our OIS workshop for Economics 2022. Okay, so I'm going to start off by introducing to you all both the papers. As you can see in front, you have got paper 1 and paper 2. Yeah, you have got paper 1 and paper 2. Okay, guys, because of the nature of this, right, what's going to happen is for paper 1, I'm just going to teach you a short method of answering. Okay, and then we are going to do 2 or 3 questions, and that's about it. And then we are going to flip off to paper 2. Okay, guys. For paper 2, I'm going to teach you guys how to answer section A and section B. Okay, guys. Now, before we go there, I need you all to understand. For paper 1, you will have 30 objective questions. I think you guys already know that by now. You have 30 objective questions. Your time is only 45 minutes and you'll be given 30 marks. Okay, guys. And for paper 2, you have got section A, which is compulsory, and then section B. Out of 4 questions, choose 3. Now, I'd like to highlight something here. For your trial paper, I saw some of you all doing 4 questions. What happens? What happens if you choose 4? I'm going to choose the one with the highest marks, right? I'm that good, right? No, I'm not. What happens if you do 4 questions? I'm only going to choose the first 3. I'm only going to choose the first 3. But teacher, my 4th question is the one where I had a lot of points. I had a lot of marks. May God bless you, well and good luck. But I cannot choose that. It's written in the marking scheme that if the respondent gives me 4, I'll only have to choose the first 3. Even if the first 3 were horrible answers and the 4th one has got a lot of points, I'm sorry about that. Choose wisely. Okay, guys, choose wisely. Now, first things first, section A will be your compulsory question. It's 30 marks, non-negotiable, which is why today I'm going to emphasize a lot on that. Okay, guys. Now, any questions for me so far, or shall we start? We can start? All right, guys, well and good. Let's go through paper 1. Okay, guys, for paper 1, it's actually very straightforward, okay? It's objective questions. You all have seen what the past year paper looks like. So this is what technically it looks like, okay? Now, to help reduce the price of oil, students, focus. To help reduce the price of oil, new supplies are needed. However, objectors oppose exploration of new sites because of the environmental damage it may cause. All right, guys. Can somebody please help me answer this? Okay, wait, before we go there. Okay, students, how do you get your answers for paper 1? A, B, C, D, you eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Confirm you'll get 30 out of 30 if you practice that method. What's the best method? Thank you. Again, I'm repeating this. Students who are going to do economics for A levels in the future as well, do not choose the correct answer. Do not choose the correct answer. What do I mean? Always choose the wrong answers first. I'm not asking you to choose the wrong answer and put it in your answer sheet. I'm asking you to make sure you know which are wrong. If you choose the right answer, you see, you're going to face a lot of problems because the answers are going to be very closely related. Okay, guys? So let's look at this. To help reduce the price of oil, new supplies are needed. Why? Because they want to increase the supply. However, objectors oppose exploration of new sites because of the environmental damage it may cause. All right, so now what do we do? Why is this statement an example of the basic economic problem? What is the basic economic problem? Let's go one by one. Oil is a limited resource. Oil is expensive. The exploration involves demand and supply. There are external costs involved in production. Okay. Give me the wrong answers. Donkey, D. There are external costs involved in production. Okay. Is it because it has nothing to do with the basic economic problem? Yeah, correct. So D is definitely wrong. D is definitely wrong. Okay, what about C? The exploration involves demand and supply. I got no idea what they're talking about. You think C is correct? C is wrong. Oil is expensive. Has it got anything to do with the basic economic problem? What's your answer? Sure. Eliminate the wrong answers to get the correct answers. Remember this as like a mantra, okay? Remember this when you're doing your paper 1. Do not choose the correct answer. I'm telling you yet, time and time and again. Change your mindset. If you are going to read A, B, C, D, oh, B is correct, and then you just choose B, you may be wrong. Guys, I've tried this with many batches of students and I realized that this is the most effective method. Out of 30 questions, when students apply this method, they're getting 28 out of 30, 29 out of 30. When they don't apply this method, they can drop down up to 17 or 18 out of 80. You know why? When I'm out of 30, sorry. When I'm actually marking the paper with them, that's when they're like, teacher, I didn't see D. I didn't see C. Why? Read everything. You have got 45 minutes, you know. You have got 45 minutes. That gives you roughly about 1.5 minutes for each question. So don't worry. Okay. Now, the next thing, guys, the next thing, do not choose the correct answer. Okay, wait, before I go on. Okay, guys. Now, as much as 45 minutes seems like a long time, it is also quite a short time. Okay, what do you do in a situation like this? Let's say you read number 1. You know the answer. You read number 2, you know the answer. You go to number 3, you are confused. What do? Start praying. Hopefully the answer falls somewhere. Skip. Skip and go to number 4. Why? But teacher, I thought it's wrong to skip. I won't say it's wrong. Obviously, it's not right, but I don't want to jeopardize the other questions. Which is why the ones you think which are difficult, like some of my students, guys, they have a problem with graphs only. So if you have a problem with graphs, then you know, okay, graphs is not my forte, it's not my strong point, skip it. It's okay, go on to the next one. Understand it. You think exchange rate is a bit difficult, okay, because you see, they are not going to give you 10 questions based from the same topic only, you know. Can you get what I mean? They are not going to give you like 10 questions on graphs, 10 questions on exchange rate, so on and so forth. So no need to be so worried about that. Okay, even if you get it wrong at the end of the day, I don't want to jeopardize the other questions. So my advice to you, move on. Okay, you don't know number 2, skip, go to number 3. Eventually, right, the questions which you know you are 100% correct because you followed this method, you eliminated the wrong answers, you came to the correct answer, you're 100% accurate, you will notice that you have already gone through 30 questions. Out of 30 questions, you did 15 you skip. Now only you go back to the 15. And when you go back to the 15, you read question 2, which you skipped earlier, you still don't understand, move on and go to another question which you skipped. I am trying to save your time. A lot of students, when they're doing paper 1 economics, what I have seen, right, out of 30 questions, they take about 30 minutes to do the first 15 and 15 minutes to do another 15. Cannot, guys. You really cannot do such a thing. Why? Because you are really wasting your potential of getting marks. Even though it's only 30 marks, but that 30 marks contributes to your A star. Can you tell me that, teacher, if I get 0 for paper 1, I can still get an A star just by paper 2? Can you tell me that? You can't. It contributes. Okay, guys, so as you can see earlier, this is how it is, you know, paper 1 is 30 marks, paper 2 is 90 marks. So how do you get your overall grade? Guys, how do you get your overall grade? They will combine paper 1 and paper 2, divide by how much? 130 or 120? 120 times by 100%. Thank you. So that's how you get your overall grade. It means this 30 marks here contributes to a certain percentage, you know. Do not lose that percentage. Every mark matters. Okay, guys, every mark matters. All right. So we are going to move on. We already understand this. Now let's try this question. This is actually quite easy. It's just a mouthful, it's just a handful, but it's quite easy. They are asking you which example of a factor of production in the fishing industry is correct. Which example in the fishing industry is correct? What do you think your answer is? Choose the wrong answer. You all already know what is land, labor, capital, and enterprise. You guys know what do they do. Now, capital, charges on loan for fishing boat. I'm not too sure. Maybe, I'm not too sure. We'll go to B. Enterprise, salaries of fish warehouse managers. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? B is wrong. Let's go to C, labor, profits of, that's it, wrong already. You don't even have to think twice. It's wrong, right? Profits of fish shop owners, labor, has that got any relationship at all? C is wrong. So it's either A or D. Go to D. What is land, fish in the sea? Is that correct? Correct? Sure? Go back to A, capital, charges on loan for fishing boat. No, A is also wrong. I think my answer is D. This is what you're going to do. I read A, B, C, D. I thought A was correct, but I wasn't sure. I read B and C. B and C wrong, slash it out. And then I went to D. I think D is correct, but I go back to A. Okay, A is definitely wrong. My answer is D. You see how it works, guys? Apply this method in your exam, please. You guys want to score well? This is one of the methods you can do. Are we cool? So far, are we okay? All right. Your answer is D. Good job. Let's go to this one. Okay, this is a diagram kind of a question. Take it easy. Read it first. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Okay, guys, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's your answer? A? B? B, I've got a few. C? D? So the rest of y'all don't know, just sitting down there praying. Guys, the diagram shows a PPC for an economy. Okay, so you have W, Z, X, and Y. You guys know what is a PPC, right? A production possibility curve. It shows the maximum amount of production an economy can produce given its limited set of resources at any given point of time. So it's either they can do 100% of R, but 0 S, or 100% of S, but 0 R. Correct? You all are following me or not? But what happens is, no economy will want to do that. They don't want to produce only R or only S. They do not want to do this. So they like to combine. They like to give them a combination of maybe R and S. So they can either do it at W. That means higher number of R, but lower number of S. They can do it at X. That means a high number of S, but very low number of R. Can they do it at Z? Why? They don't have enough resources. The PPC cannot possibly be increased here. Though it can if we find new resources or there's technological advancement which actually helps to increase the output. So Z is possible. But what the question is asking is, which change on the diagram could represent an increase in unemployment? How does unemployment happen? To be honest, W, X, and Z are wrong answers. The answer is Y. It means the production possibility curve would have dropped. It would have fallen inwards because of a natural disaster or, some factor which contributed to the loss of our natural resource. Now, what happens here is, you would notice, which change on the diagram could represent an increase in unemployment, okay? So it's either from W to Y or X to Y. Which is your best answer? W to Y, because we don't have X to Y. Okay, so that's it. Your answer is that. Your answer is B. Are we cool, guys? Easy, yeah? Okay, one more last question, and then we are going to move on. Guys, I don't think you need 30 seconds for this. I think 15 seconds is enough. 15 seconds should be more than enough. Who determines what goods and services are produced in a market economy? The trade union will decide what to produce because they are the largest firm, right, in the whole country. They are the government. So definitely D is wrong. C? Why? The government tends to produce goods and services in what type of economy? Planned economy. C is wrong. Employees, guys. I don't know whether they have a right to say. So your best answer should be, thank you. Simple as that. Simple as that, guys. Simple as that. So please practice this method when you're answering paper 1. Do you understand? Great job, guys. Let's move on. Next week, I'll be giving you more questions like this. Maybe I'll give you a combination of 5 to 10 very difficult questions which I can find. You want me to give you easy ones? I can. Then it beats the whole purpose of the workshop, right? I will give you difficult ones. Just apply the same method. Apply the same method. Okay lah, can lah. I'll give you maybe 5 difficult ones and 1 easy one. Fair? 1 to 5 ratio, good.